Hey everyone, grand finals of the recent advanced level tournament that Joe and I played in recently. Um, so this is a double elimination tournament, so we actually, coming from the winner side, we had a loss to give here, and so bit of an advantage here in the finals. This is the team that we played in the winners semifinals, and it was a battle. We ended up pulling it out 11-9. Easily could have went the other way. So these guys are no joke. Figured I'd do kind of a live uh, reaction to it, sort of watching it back for the first time after letting the results kind of sink in. So yeah, I'll talk through some of the points, kind of some big moments. In the middle here somewhere, I think there's a volleyball tournament going on next door, and they started playing music really loudly, so it'll have to mute. Also, it was a kind of a hindrance to our partner communication, so you may see a couple of errors kind of in communication here in the second game. But again, just a really well played finals. These are a couple guys we've never played before. They're from out of town, and so we had a lot of fun playing against them. Great guys, and yeah, I'm excited for you all to see the results. Obviously, really quickly going down here, 3-0. Again, we had an hour and a half break in between that winners finals from the last video and this, so just took us a few points to get warmed up. I think at this point we kind of looked at each other and said, like, all right, let's kind of get started. Really fast start by them, and by no means did we think we were going to come out and steamroll, but I think we kind of got punched in the mouth here a little bit, and so we start waking up here in a second, but definitely not an ideal start for us. Good point there. These guys had really fast hands, a little bit faster than we expected, so having played them once was a good test, but definitely really polished, really solid players. Finally get on the board here, which was, I think, broke the nerves a little bit. Again, still a little bit tight from that hour break, but good to get on the board. Trying to find that balance here of being aggressive like we like to do, and also not being overly aggressive, because they were definitely a patient and a good defensive team. Some good defense there by us. Dinking on hardwood is also just a different style of game, and this is our first time playing on hardwood in probably 6 months, so kind of getting adjusted to that as well. Again, you can see just the speed at the net, right, in terms of their hands being really good. I mean, we were a bit surprised by how consistent they were at the net. I think we're kind of used to, speed up, pop up, smash, and finding the open spots against these guys was really tough, as you can see from a lot of these points. I mean, we're not playing terribly, obviously not playing our best, but not playing bad by any means, and they were just hitting their spots. And again, here going for a little bit of a run, kind of playing some okay defense. Definitely this game could have gotten out of hand with how well they were playing and how not great we were playing, but at least keeping it close here at the start where we're not scoring a ton. Good leave there, but again, you can kind of just see how the expertise in dinking is kind of obvious here as I'm watching it back, and they were able to speed the ball up kind of out of the air, which again you're not seeing a ton of at the 4-0 level to that level, and so it took us a minute to get adjusted. Here we got 1-4-1, feeling okay with where we're at. Again, not playing the best, and keeping it at 4-1 with serve felt okay, but again, you just see kind of the aggressiveness out of me, hoping to go down that line on the speed up and just punching it right back to a great spot. And again, me not being ready for that good speed up down the line back. Hitting good drops here. There we go, making it to the line. I think one thing I noticed kind of watching this back too is that we haven't done a ton of drops and sort of putting pressure on by getting up to the line, which I think we normally do. I think, again, a little bit of tentativeness there with, one, knowing that they're really good players, and two, just not wanting to be too aggressive, again, knowing that their speed ups were pretty solid. Again, just pretty rare that we don't score on an offensive side out. I think Joe and I are used to kind of raffling off at least 2 or 3 points each time we have a serve, and so to see a serve set where we're not scoring there 1-4 kind of just shows the quality of opponent.
1-4-1.
Again, a good defensive stop, keeping it 1-4. I believe we rattle off a couple of points here, if I remember back to the game correctly. Again, I'm kind of getting a little bit more aware of what the game plan could be. I do take a decent amount of pride in my in-game adjustments. You'll see in game 2, I kind of am a bit stubborn on some of the adjustments, but here being a little bit more patient, trying to work our way up and then speed up from there. I think our hands woke up a little bit here too, but yeah, I mean, at this point, 2-4-2, not feeling terrible about where we're at. Good poach there by me. I think at that point I looked at Joe and kind of said, like, all right, here we're awake now. 3-4-2, not in a bad spot, and again, being used to raffling off a few points here and there had me confident. Overcooked on that one a little bit, kind of got too amped up, but again, with our aggressive play style, I'd rather be aggressive and miss than too tentative. Just not great by me there, not taking that out of the air and letting it get behind me. And again, they were really hitting their spots in this first game. Good patience there. I think, again, if I had a time machine, I'd probably go back and do a little bit more dinking. I think we competed with them in dinking better than I thought we would have, and I think that was kind of why a lot of the speed ups were happening from me a little bit too early. But I think we hung with them dinking wise a bit better now watching it back. Obviously not on that point, but I think if we would have kept it at the net and then done speed ups from there rather than just being aggressive off those third shots, I wonder if the first game would have been a little bit closer. But again, it was our strategy was being aggressive was working up to this point, so I'd kind of rather stick with what was working, and obviously make in-game adjustments from there. But again, I think got to take the good with the bad when you're being a more of an aggressive team. Good drop by Joe. Again, I'm not sure why I'm not getting forward. I think just a little bit nervous of their fast hands. Good drop by Joe. Again, still not terrible, right? We're sitting 4-6-1. Still feel like we're in this game up until this point. With, again, just knowing our our aggressive abilities and sort of being able to get points quickly. Again, this is where some of the music started playing pretty loudly, which obviously affects team communication. Not ideal, but this is what happens when you play in a big gym that has other events going on. Good point there. Again, I think there were times where the aggression was working really well, and I think that kind of reinforced my internal desire to keep hammering the ball. And then there's times where obviously they were counter attacking it really well, and so bit of a bit of a difficult read sometimes against these guys. Good reset, really good speed up there. Again, just a panic overcook there, right? Like we had them kind of panicking with that lob. Some good returns by us. I think hitting a reset to the opposite corner is kind of my usual go-to, but for whatever reason, just didn't do it. And then sort of compounding that to an easy miss into the net, where we could go 5-6-2 instead of 5-7-1. Definitely not ideal there. Good stop there again. After two bad mistakes by me, getting to 7-5-2 again. Or 5-7-2, I should say. Again, I don't think we are feeling terrible about our odds here. Again, making a really good defensive stop, getting 5-7 with the serve. I think we're still kind of thinking to each other that we have a good chance at winning this game. Good drive there. Good drop by Joe. Again, I'm just back for some reason, knowing I have fast enough hands. Again, looking back at it, I would have crashed the net there. Good job by them by keeping us back. Again, I wish I would have gotten towards midcourt a little bit more, just to maybe take one of those out of the air or hit a better reset. Again, being a little bit tentative, I think, again, with the nerves of grand finals. But yeah, I wish we tiny bit more aggressive instead of letting them be the aggressors. Again, good defensive stop, right? 5-7, 5-7-2. We have a good chance of getting the ball back here. I go for the ATP there. I mean, for sure, a ball that I could have done it on. I think I tried to cut it a little bit too tight. I need to remind myself sometimes that there's more room to push the ball rather than all cut on an ATP. But again, that'll just come with time and experience. 5-8-1 here. Again, still not a terrible spot to be in. Again, knowing we can sort of make a run at any moment has us feeling confident. But again, these guys do a good job of keeping us back. Again, and I think in part from us not being as aggressive as we normally would getting forward, but also them doing a really awesome job at landing that fourth shot and sixth shot at the back line to kind of keep us back. You're gonna have a hard time winning points against a really good team from the baseline. Good shot there. And again, music starts here pretty loud, which obviously not ideal in the middle of a point, in the middle of a close game. But I mean, they're having to deal with it too, so obviously not an advantage one way or the other. Again, just a panic speed up there by me. Again, just not not a shot I'd probably repeat if given the opportunity, but those things happen. Again, I think when we let those third shots bounce instead of trying to take them out of the air because they're hitting such quality third shot drops, I think we have a better idea of getting into the point and not giving them sort of free speed ups at us. And again, I think watching this back, that would have been a thing that I would have preferred to continue doing. Great shot down the line by him there to win game one. Now we go into game two. Again, I think we're a little bit nervous at sort of how badly we got beaten there in terms of score. I don't think we got outplayed by a ton, but score didn't look great. And then I started the game off with a really bad sort of drive into the net. That was I remember that shot, definitely killable. Just did not do it, and that happens. I mean, it's pickleball; you're going to miss the ball sometimes. But again, we get the side out early. And I believe we score a point here. And so I think we kind of get into the swing of things. Good shot there. Again, you can see the quality of their speed ups and being able to keep it in play, right? Not just hitting it hard, but also hard and in is a really tough thing to do. And I mean, props to him on that shot and being consistent for 2 games. One of the few mistakes that they've made, right? We're able to take advantage of that ball going out. And so again, feeling good being on the board here, 1-1-2. Good drive there. Again, I think I stuck with the second speed up is one that I'm used to hitting and getting a pop up back. They're not doing that, right? And I think that third, whatever that would be, fifth shot should have been a reset. And again, I think at the line we're not completely getting outplayed, and so being able to do that again, if we get the opportunity to play these guys again, I think third shot speed up, fifth shot drop is kind of the game plan. But again, we're an aggressive team. We're gonna kind of live and die by the speed ups, and a lot of points here where we're making it work. A lot of points where they're making it work, and that's the fun of a grand finals. Good to get on the board there and take the lead, which we hadn't had a lead up until this point, I don't think, and so confidence is building a little bit. I think we're getting more comfortable in the flow of the gameplay. Feeling pretty good. 2-1, 2-1-1 there, 2-1-2. Good drop. Good speed up there. Really good speed up there. So we're 2-1-2 here. Not a bad spot to be in. Not a great drop, but then missed the backhand, which is not ideal, but also not unrare by me. Good defensive stop there. Again, feeling excited about where we're at. Again, rare error there by them, which is, again, I think something that we were hoping to take advantage of. Meanwhile, music is just blaring this whole time. Again, I think obviously not ideal, but definitely impacting partner communication. Little lucky miss hit there that drops in sort of a drive lob, which again, not recommended, but worked out. Good drive to a great drop to I was able to get to it, but couldn't really do too much with it. Was hoping to get a little bit more underneath it to hopefully lob it over that left side, closer to the camera side of things, but just didn't have enough time. Good hands battle there. Caught off his right wrist there. Again, this is the spot where I watch this back and wish I could talk to my past self like Interstellar, and just tell past Mark to just quit taking these balls out of the air, right? Like, they're hitting really good drops. If I can't speed it up, just let it bounce and either speed it up or dink, and we had some success dinking against them. And again, taking pride in my in-game adjustments. I think I'm gonna chalk it up to nerves, but really was just not thinking here, taking these balls out of the air, giving them 2 free points. Off the middle tape there. I think anywhere else that ball kind of goes over the indoor net, but could have been a better speed up. Again, just really great speed up spots, and then good put away corners as well. Sitting 3-3-1 here. Again, not feeling bad about where we're at. I think again we're more in the flow of this game and keeping it tighter. Again, huge stop on 3-3-1. I think mentally you're kind of thinking one more stop here, and we get a chance to be back on some offense here. Good drop there. Wouldn't have hated taking that first one out of the air just because he was a little bit more back, but elect to let it bounce, and just not a quality shot there by me to follow. Again, their hands are just quicker than I anticipated. Again, I wouldn't have, in a perfect world, either dinked that, or I also think maybe putting a tiny bit more pace on it. I think trying to avoid errors is also kind of affecting the pace at which I'm hitting some of these. Again, they rattle off 3 quick points here with on 3-3-2, and that's just good offense by them. Again, we get a lucky break with one of their few mistakes. Down 3-6. Again, pressure starts to mount a little bit, right? Like they're kind of closing in. Good defense there. Just missed the last drop. I think that hit middle tape too. Again, rare mistake by them. Gets us on our even score, which is good for defense when we're stacking, and just a little bit of confidence. Again, lucky break, good defense. Really wish we would have gone to the net on a few of those that they let bounce. Similar to how they were doing to us, right? Putting a lot of pressure on that next shot, and we were just kind of letting them feed it back. One of those poaches that if you've been watching for a while, that I'm continuing to go for. I think it's the right shot, and just got to work on getting those in play. Another one out of the air there. Good on Joe and my first hands there to bail us out, but again, probably not the right decision that I'm making there. I do it there again, and luckily I got a tiny bit more pace on it so they couldn't kill it immediately, and Joe kind of saved me. Some good defense here. Great angle. Again, we are a really good defensive team, which I think puts a lot of pressure on opponents, and it is a grind to score against us, but they were not giving us any freebies and not making a ton of mistakes once they got into that position, which again is just rare. I mean, that's a well-polished team there. Good communication. Good hands there by us. Again, not in a great spot. Again, being down 3-6 to 5-7 with serve. Again, I think I kind of looked at Joe and told him we're still in it. I think we may get a couple points here to really tighten it up and kind of keep this game kind of anyone's game. Good get there by Joe. Good get there again. I think you can tell by his reaction that, again, we are a tough team to score on, but they were really putting those angles to use. Good drive by Joe. He was a little bit more dropping the ball during this game, which I liked. I think it gave us a good balance, but he also can really hammer the ball, and so I think showing him kind of what he's capable of there in terms of speed is a good reminder to keep him guessing. Again, good hands battle there. Get it to 7-7 too. Feeling really good about where we're at here, right? To come back from 3-6 to 7-7. Feeling a little bit more in the flow of the game. Again, in theory, good shot there. Just missed it. Again, it's a long series here, and so I think a bit of fatigue there on kind of short arming that drop. Great save by him there, right at the point that I'm thinking's over.
Oh, it's in. Go Marky.
Tiny bit of luck there to get enough air underneath it, but we'll take it. Good deep return. Again, I think that would be another thing that I'd look back and really be a little bit more aggressive on the returns instead of giving them the free drops. If we can land it close to that back line, I think they struggled a little bit more, as evidenced by that point. But again, hindsight's 20/20. Good drop. We do move up, which is good. Let's see what happens. Again, just an overexcited speed up there. I think the nerves, again, it's like, all right, we're 7-7-1. Let's get a point here. Let's win this game. And again, just got to be more patient. Good drive by Joe. Good block by him. Again, not great drops. Maybe move up on that one. But eventually, we're not perfect. We're going to pop one up, and so getting aggressive where we can, I think, is probably the play. There we go. Hopefully we move up together. And then again, a backhand speed up that probably doesn't need to happen. I mean, if I make that shot, big swing of momentum, but again, not a high percentage shot there. Just knowing my own game in terms of backhand speed ups. Music starts again here, so again, we're making a good run, and I think one of our big skills is talking to one another during these points, and again, music being that loud makes it tough. Good drop there by me. Ideally, I would have done that for every single point. Again, that's just a tough finesse shot. But again, we get a stop 7-7-1. I think we're feeling good about where we're at. Again, finally, a little more patient. Test the speed up. Another speed up. Again, if I'm doing that every single point, I think we have a good chance to win. Just did not get it through my brain to try that a little bit more. But again, we're 7-7-1, serve in hand, feeling good. I think to Joe here, I say, we made it this far, we may as well win. Trying to pump him up a little bit. Some good defense here. Really good point. Really, really good point there by them. I think, again, a lot of shots that potentially could have won us that point. Being 8-7-1 would be a big swing of momentum. But again, we're still in a not a bad spot, 7-7-2. Again, we get a rare mistake from them there. We're sitting 8-7-2. Again, a spot that Joe and I feel very confident in being able to rattle off 3 points here. And so we're feeling really, really good at this point. That one, that's a that's again a point I would like to have back with the music. I think you can kind of see there's a miscommunication there of, I wanted Joe to take it, and then he doesn't hear my call of you, and I have to kind of take a half drive, half drop, and it just doesn't work. Again, luckily we bounce back and get a stop here. Again, sitting 7-8-1. I'd put a lot of money on our ability to win this game from this position. Not a bad drop at his feet there. Again, we get a stop again, right? So serve in hand, 8-7-1. Feeling really, really, really awesome at this point. I think the excitement is kind of starting to bubble up of like, hey, we might win this thing. Not a bad drive. Good drop there. I think just not the pace of shot they've been hitting, and so I think it caught Joe a little bit off guard. Would have loved to see an aggressive shot there, letting us get forward. Not a bad drop. Again, they let it bounce. I'm not sure why I'm not moving forward. I think that one hit the middle tape too, which is why I think I get the head in the hands look there. 7-8-1, still not feeling bad about where we're at, right? We're on our good sides for stacking, because we don't love defensive stacking. And so feeling good about being on our good sides, and then I hit another one out of the air. We're luckily stayed alive a couple points, but I think the excitement of being up forgot just the game plan of letting those bounce and maybe taking it to the net, doing a little dinking. But again, still 8-8-1 here. Good speed up there. Not great defense. Now we're 8-9-1, getting a little bit more pressure on it, right? Like, gotta stop him here. Can't go 10-8-1 and give him two shots at game point. Good ball at his feet, and he just great reset. I mean, that's a ball that 9 times out of 10 a 4.0 player is gonna pop up where I can smash it, and he, credit to him, he just reset it into the kitchen. 10-8-1. Again, they have two shots for championship point, and get some bad luck there with a net cord, and there it is.